All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Pokemon, and today we're going to talk about a major price dip in the Charizard from Evolutions. The Evolutions Holo Charizard in a PSA 10 just took about a 50% price dive from its peak earlier in the year. I think it was March where it hit its peak. So, April 22nd, 2021, just days ago, the 2016 Pokemon XY Evolutions Holo Charizard in a PSA 10 sold on eBay for a record low of $3,550 with $9.90 shipping. So, the reason why this is interesting is a lot of Pokemon cards have been falling in price, including the first edition base set Charizard, which is considered the holy grail of Pokemon card collecting. The base set first edition Shadowless Pikachu took a dramatic, 25-30% drop recently. And now you've got the Evolutions Charizard, which to me is one of my favorite of all the Charizards because it's a reprint of the base set, but it's a more attainable version of the base set that I've had a lot of fun chasing with you guys on my live streams and chasing with my friends. So the Evolutions Charizard is a card that I truly love. So when I saw that it dipped in value, it was a little bit alarming to me because one of the things that I like about the Evolutions Charizard is how hard it is to get in a PSA 10. And because of that difficulty, because it's so hard to get that card in a PSA 10, the value of a PSA 10 was in the $5,000 to $7,000 range. If you guys go over to the listings here, if you sort it by price, these are sold listings. So if you sort it by price highest to lowest, in February you had a best offer accepted at $8,000, so we don't know what that went for. But in March 16th, one sold for over $7,000 because it was $6,953 with over $100 shipping. So that was a $7,000 sale. Here's a $6,500 sale in February, another $6,500 from PWCC, that was in February, $6,200 at late March, $6,000 in February, $6,000 in February. So for the majority of the year, this was a $6,000 to $7,000 card. So for this card now, in April of 2021, it's April 24th, this card sold, let's go back to it here. So this card sold on April 22nd, 2 days ago, for $3,550. And I was talking about the rarity of a PSA 10. So a lot of people obviously are submitting this card to PSA. There's a ton of these cards at PSA right now, and a ton that have already been graded, a ton that have already been submitted. Obviously, the reason for that being it's the base set Charizard artwork. It's basically a reprint of the base set Zard, the most popular card of all time. Who's not going to grade it? So, most people already know that Evolutions does not grade very well. It's hard to get a 10 in Evolutions. Their quality control overall across the board in that set was not great. But let's have a look at the numbers on the PSA population report as it pertains to this specific card, and you'll see why this is a $7,000 card, a $5,000+ card. So you go down to the Charizard Holo, number 11 here, 10,746. I'll highlight that number for you guys. That is the total number of cards of this card, copies of this Charizard that have been submitted to PSA and graded. Of those 10,000, 6,444 have received a PSA 9 grade. So that's over 60% came back a PSA 9. 3,501 came back a PSA 8. So that's over 35% came back as an 8. So let's say, I guess it looks like 95% of them came back as either an 8 or a 9, and the other 5% were all other grades and a 10. So of the 10,000 of this card that have been submitted to PSA, only 200 have received a PSA 10. That's about a 2 out of 100 odds that you will get a PSA 10 if you submit a Charizard to PSA. So if you submit 100 Charizards for grading, fresh out of the pack, mint, your odds are for every 100 that you submit, you might get 2 back, maybe, that are a PSA 10. That is how rare the PSA 10 is in this card, and that's why I think this is justified in being a $5,000+ card. So I myself have sent probably 50 copies of this card plus to PSA. I've not gotten any of them back yet. Obviously, PSA is on a huge delay right now. But I would be extremely lucky if just one came back a 10 of those 50+ copies. I'm honestly half expecting none of them to come back as a 10. This card is very rare as a 10, so to see it drop 50% in value is alarming to me. Now, let me give you guys a comparison here. This is a CP6 Charizard. So this is from the Japanese version of Evolutions. This is the 25th anniversary Japanese set where you could pull the base set Charizard artwork from CP6. This card in a PSA 10 is only about $1,000 because it's much easier to get a PSA 10 from Japanese cards, specifically CP6. The quality control, the centering, all that stuff was really good on these cards. So it's less valuable. That's why. It's easier to get a PSA 10. They're less rare. If you submit one, you've got much higher odds of getting a 10, so the price is a lot less. The price was so steep on the Evolutions Zard because it's so hard to get a 10. That's kind of the point that I'm getting at here. So to see it drop that much in value, to me, doesn't mean it's getting easier. It's not getting any easier to get a PSA 10. It means the interest, the demand is going down. It's not getting any easier to get a PSA 10 from Evolutions. It means the demand for Evolutions Charizard is going down, and that is not a good thing. Now, I also had pulled up here, let me see. So I had another listing that sold earlier in April. This was closer to $4,000. So this was not quite the 50% drop, but still a significant drop from that high of $7,000. Now, more recently, in April and in late March, it had been selling. I had seen some sell for right around $5,000. So still a significant drop from that $7,000 to $5,000. But to see it drop beneath $4,000 and go for $3,500, that's a pretty substantial drop on, like I said, one of the most iconic card artworks there is. So this one sold April 13th, 2021 for $3,700 and a $21 expedited shipping from Marietta, Georgia. So I want to know what you guys think in the comment section down below about this Charizard card dropping so significantly in value. What do you think the reason for it is? Is it demand? Is the bubble bursting in Pokemon? Or is it just a little bit of a correction from these crazy prices that we've had with Pokemon lately? I want to know what you guys think. Personally, I think Evolution in the next decade, in the next 10 years, is going to be a $10,000 booster box. I think the Evolutions Charizard in the next 10 years will be like the base set Charizard now. It'll be about a $20,000 card in a PSA 10, if not more than that. I firmly believe that. I firmly believe these little $1,000 Evolutions boxes, and a lot of people think $1,000 is ridiculous. I think by the 30th anniversary, that's just 5 years away, 2026, the 30th anniversary of Pokemon, I think we'll see these boxes touch $10,000. So I think there is value in Evolutions for sure. I think there is value in Evolutions Charizard. That's why I've got so many of them. So I believe in the Evolution set. I think this is just really kind of a brief fluke, retracing, price retraction, whatever you want to call it. I don't think this is the bubble bursting because I think there is inherent value in Evolutions, in the Evolutions Charizard, and I think it will recoup that value over time, especially before the 30th anniversary. I really think this will be a $10,000 box by then. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. As always, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Subscribe to the channel. Nick Strength with Pokemon, signing out.